short episode.
Yeah, it's fine. All depends on how much you guys talk about this next thing. So, usually we do topic and things like that. I guess we're still kind of doing that. But both of you guys played Blood and Truth. PSVR exclusive?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So, I'm going to hand it off to you gentlemen to give our new format review for Blood and Truth.
All right. Do you want to do the critical points, or you want me to?
Do you have it written down?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So, Blood and Truth. The developer was Sony London Studios. Same people who've done the Heist and the Getaway and all that kind of stuff. Publisher Sony. It's $39.99. It's a PlayStation VR exclusive. I played it for about 5 hours.
Same.
And the same. That's how long it took me to beat it.
Yep.
And my one sentence review before we get into a depth is: you are the action movie star.
Yeah.
So you are the action movie star. So is it? I mean, what's like the first 5 minutes look like? I mean, is it like guns in hands constantly?
Insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first 5 minutes starts off. You're the character you are, but you find further in the game he's ex-military. You start off in a military mission. You're in the military. You're in the desert, and you're going through, and it's the tutorial of how to. Here's how you holster a weapon, grab a weapon, reload,
grab ammo, reload, all that good stuff. Yep.
Here's how you move from point to point. But you're going and you're rescuing a, fellow soldier or friend, whatever the guy is, and I think there's a car chase shooting part there, and then you it ends with you jumping in a helicopter and flying away.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hell of a tutorial.
Yeah.
And then it takes you from there. It takes you right into like the present time story where you spend the rest of the game.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that was it was actually a really good like tutorial part and just kind of an introduction to Ryan as the character, just to kind of be like, okay, so this is where this guy comes from. Great. Like I understand. All right, cool. Yeah, grab the ammo off my chest, stick it in my gun, and I'm reloaded and ready to go.
So you have both of the move controllers, right?
Yes.
So is it just kind of like?
It's literally my gun's in my right hand.
Yeah.
Grab your chest, hold down the trigger to grab a clip, put it to the gun, let go, it goes in.
Very cool.
Yep. And it's cool too because every gun's different too.
Oh, so you actually got to see it, kind of.
Yeah, so you see like because like so at one point I got a shotgun, so it held 2 shells. So when you pop it in, when you took it off, I was holding 2 shotgun shells. So I put them in, and then I had to flick my wrist to close it to set it and everything.
I just got goosebumps.
Like yeah.
You can flick your wrist. You could also just go back to shooting. And
did you? I naturally, I'm like, do I have to do this? I'm like, yes, I do.
I would have done the same thing.
I didn't think of that naturally, and like towards the end of the game, like a tutorial message came on a loading screen, like if you're, for the shotgun, you can flick up to reload faster. I'm like, well, where were you 3 hours ago when I got the double barrel shotgun?
So like in each gun, that was like a really cool thing. Is each gun has its own way of its the ammo going in, but then also to its own way of working. Because like there's like at one point later in the game you can get a pump shotgun where you got this and you actually use both hands and you're pumping, shoot, pump, shoot. Like it's very difficult. I found it very difficult.
I mean, like once you get the rhythm down,
it's
cool.
It's
fine.
awesome.
But like the first time you shoot it and you're like, why
what am I doing?
Shoot, okay. I didn't move far enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I was because that was like that later mission it was when I used it for the first time, and I died like 5 times, and that like those are actually the only time I died was towards the end of the game.
Me too.
Like where I died quite a bit actually towards the end of the game.
So is the only thing you do with your hands reload guns, or is it like other things you can do
on
along
a
the
lot
way?
of things.
So there's as you're going through, you'll find grenades stashed in place. You grab a grenade, you can pull the pin, throw it.
Nice.
There's also like different types of locks you need to get into. So there's one you can lock pick. Sometimes you have to use a screwdriver to take off a cover on an electric panel.
Sometimes you have to put like you have to place like a I don't know, it's like a little spark, and then you grab the lighter and you light it and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a non-explosive that kind of just fries the circuit board or something.
And then there is the what's the word I'm looking for? Break through the door, blow up the door.
Oh, the breach charges?
Breach. So you.
I didn't play the game.
Thank you, breach charge. That's just standard.
I've blown things up in video games.
Yeah, exactly. But it was cool though because like you place it on the door, you turn the pin to arm it, and then you pull it,
And you step back.
and then you step back.
This is fine.
And speaking of explosions, that's a really cool thing too. So anytime you shoot anything that explodes, you go into this like this slow mo. So like you'll see guys like start like as soon as you shoot, like let's say you shoot a fire hydrant, fire extinguisher, guy, like you'll see him like. But then also too, it slows down time. So there's other enemies during that time. Everyone else kind of stops. So that kind of gives you an advantage to kind of help.
So it encourages you to like try to do as much as possible to like create anarchy.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
And then throughout all the different levels, there are targets that you could shoot. That's like they're called marksman targets. After you get so many of those, you can unlock mods for your guns.
Okay.
Like a silencer, some like a sight,
Laser,
a laser sight. You need like a ton of those for that one. I never got that one. I did find a gun with one on it though, which is nice.
Do you actually like, if you have a sight or a scope? I mean, is it actually like a thing where you can like have?
It is so helpful. So if you have a sniper rifle, like at first I was like this with it, and I'm like, I'm holding it like this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, here's the retinal, but I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I had that realization. What if I pull it closer to my eye? And I pulled the scope closer to my eye, and I was like, holy, like I found myself actually closing one eye.
The 3 was all wrong, but it was.
I never ended up using the sniper rifle because the first time I found it, like I was doing that, but like if I tried to adjust one way, it would go the complete other direction.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, all right, no, done.
Okay.
Give me my submachine guns back.
Yeah. The submachine guns are the best weapon, by far.
Do you guys ever try to do something that didn't work, like when you were like messing around or fiddling around, or?
There's there were quite a bit with the gun. Like some of the guns were just not good. Like to use, like there was a lot of times, like there was a mission. There's a mission later on where you're stuck with like 1 or 2 guns for a while, and this is where I kept the mission where I kept dying towards the end, and like all you have basically on you is a pistol, and then you either have the sniper like type machine gun or the pump shotgun, and I was struggling with the pump shotgun quite a bit, and I think I'm like, okay, I keep dying. This is driving me nuts because I was having a hard time. Like it's like I would get it a couple times, but then eventually like I'm like, what's going on? Why am I doing it? And it looks like my character lost track, but I never let go. But it did let go like in the game, like so I mean. As well as this game works, like tracking wise and stuff, there are plenty of hiccups in terms of that.
My biggest complaint is this game. So most of the time, you can go through and you can kind of move at your pace, and things, business will pick up for a few seconds where a couple of baddies run on the screen, you got to shoot them. But towards the end of the game, you start getting like kind of not waves that like you would see in a normal FPS, but like you start getting waves of enemies, and you're trying to keep shooting and reload, and it really shows how poor PSVR is tracking in that type of scenario.
Yeah.
Because there was towards the end of the game, there's like a car chase mission, and I failed 3 or 4 times because the grab the clip button is the same as pull the trigger button.
Oh,
and I kept shooting the fucking driver.
Yep, me too. I did that 3 times in that mission. That drove me nuts. I'm like, no, I grabbed the jam ammo. Like that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So that like it was like towards the end of the game, it starts getting really fast paced and really like you just got to keep moving.
And that gets a little.
The tracking.
It loses it
really
a little bit.
Fails there.
Yeah, and that's not. And I don't blame the game.
No,
for that.
I mean, that's just the move controller technology.
Because
the
rest of the game, I mean, I was pretty solid the rest of the game until that part. Yeah, when it starts getting really hectic, there's a ton of enemies and stuff. And also, so when you're using 2 guns, you don't have to like put one away to reload the other gun. Right. You still have both in your hands. So you go like this to grab the trigger, and then go like this really quick. But again, like you said, sometimes it doesn't grab the ammo. Sometimes it just shoots, and so it's like, what the hell?
When your right hand's empty and you're trying to grab with your left hand that has a submachine gun, and your driver's to your right because you're in friggin' England. Your driver's dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But that's a really cool thing. So for your pistols, you holster them at your hips. So you can always click and put them back on your hips, and then you put your hands down, click again to pick them back up. And then your other weapons, your shotguns, machine guns, whatever, are over your shoulder. So you actually reach over your shoulder, trigger, and then you have it.
Nice.
And that was another area where the tracking screwed me because I can't tell you the number of times I just desk popped over my back trying to put a gun away.
Nice. So I mean, is this like in the upper echelon of PSVR games?
Absolutely, I think it is personally because I mean I think visually was great. I thought visually it was very well done.
It's so like going into the game, having done the heist in the PSVR
Yeah.
world, having done that, my thought was like, okay, this is going to be like the game for PSVR. And if I'm looking at it like just as a game, not as like a VR experience, it didn't really live up to that for me. I thought the story was very predictable, like all the way across the board.
I thought it was told well though. Like I agree with you that it was predictable, but I thought they did a decent job with it though. Like it kept me interested. I wanted to keep going on. I wanted to keep moving along.
I mean, I wanted to get to the end of the game because I knew it was like a 5-hour-ish
Yeah,
game.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy the gameplay because of the story, but the story was, I thought, very, very predictable.
Sure.
It's like Stick says, it's like you're in an action movie. Is basically what they're trying to do.
Because some of these scenes are like absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought oddly enough, I thought the most fun parts of the game are basically where you're in it turns into like an on-rail shooter mode.
Yes. My god.
Like you just keep moving and you're shooting at stuff as you're jumping through stuff and swinging off stuff, and
it's so epic. So like there's times when it's automatically just running, and like you said, and then there's enemies everywhere, so you're just turning everywhere, shooting them and stuff, and then like let's say you jump through a window or something, and then you get that slow mo again, and it's funny too because like as I'm doing that, just naturally I'm an action star. I'm pumping my arms, and you see my arms going like this. I'm going to do it. And so in the game, you see my arms going like this. It's hilarious.
Nice.
I mean, and then there is the climbing mechanic.
Yeah.
Too sometimes, so you got to climb across pipes and like up and
Monkey
down
bars
and stuff like
and-
monkey bars.
Okay.
Stuff. I fell a few times.
I didn't.
Oh my god! And when I fell,
I was gonna say like how
I
that
felt
feel.
it because it was high up for some of them.
Yeah, and there's like some parts where you either like jump down from something or you'll slide down a rope. Those are the only times I really felt like the motion sickness feeling. It wasn't even like motion sickness. It was like a brief
Yeah,
stomach.
A little
yeah.
vertigo.
Yeah.
Like oh my god!
I'm like, oh, okay, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'd say I can. It's an upper echelon PSVR game, but I don't know like what the bar is for an upper echelon PSVR game. It's definitely the best one I've played, granted, but my experience has been limited with PSVR.
Some of an Astrobot.
That's hard to say because it's a lot different. The game style
I know.
is really different. So
It's like ranking the best PlayStation 1 games of all time. Like it's gonna be weird stuff.
So that's what makes it really tough because because what Astrobot does so things that does so well, that would never. So I can't see none of that would apply to a first person shooter type thing. But the things that this does really well, would it I always think it's so cool. Like I said, the first time I reloaded the shotgun and I flicked the wrist to reload it, I'm like, this is so cool. Just doing different stuff like that. There's one part in the game where you're kind of doing this slow walk, and in my mind I'm like, I'm fucking John Wick right now, because something a huge thing just happened and everything, and I just imagine my character just walking like this, and I'm like, I'm John Wick right now. This is it made me excited. It made me really excited. I super enjoyed this game myself.
Nice.
Yeah, if you have a PSVR, I'd say you should probably check this one out.
Yes, absolutely. Especially if you've played the heist on the
Yeah,
heist
I mean,
VR
that's-
world, you kind of have a good idea of what to expect. I mean, it does go a little bit more in depth than that.
Yeah, it's
obviously,
but it's still kind of big parts of the game are in a similar setting where you're sitting in a room and you're talking to someone, and then it cuts away to a mission or an action scene. Yeah, if you have a PSVR, I'd say definitely check it out. If you're unsure, wait for a price drop at some point because $40 is a
$40 is a little steep for a VR game.
It's a 5-hour game. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're unsure, wait till it drops a little bit. Also, I mean, if you're unsure, you can find a way to check out PSVR Worlds because the London heist in there is almost identical gameplay, except in that you're stationary when you're shooting.
Yes.
In this, you move around. So
Yeah. So basically, different. So while you're in the different levels, as you're you'll see different arrows show up. You just look at the arrow and hit the move button, and you move to that spot. So that's how you move. So you don't free walk or anything like that. So it's more spot based. Like, okay, because but then another thing that was actually really cool is, and they really didn't introduce it until later in the game, is there was times when you can complete a mission, but there's 2 different paths you could take to complete the mission. Which, like, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of neat. Because I mean, then it's like, okay, well, next time I play this mission, I'll go the other way to see how to accomplish it the other way. And so I thought that was kind of a neat little thing. It kind of gives you a little incentive to replay it. And, like, you know, there's a bunch of collectibles. Obviously, you find what you do is you just pick it up and a star appears, and so you know it's collectible. And then in your home base. It'll appear. There's a part where there's like 2 shelves, and it'll appear on the shelves then, which is kind of neat. And one of the collectibles, it didn't trigger to me those little granite statues.
Yeah, they're all the PSVR Worlds things.
And didn't even. I so I looked at the trophies, and I'm like, oh, those are from PlayStation. I'm like, no wonder. I'm like, why is there a shark? Like, this seems kind of random and weird.
I think I had the shark and the cigar, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, shark, cigar, and then I got one other one, but that was it. Like, the collectibles are not easy to find either. So, I think that's the only thing. The good point too is, like, there's actually pretty decent replay value, I think, here, because, like, in a way, because, like, again, you have the different paths. If you want to go all the marksman targets, because some of them you can find by just stationary looking around. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And then there's other times when you see it as you're moving, but then once you get to your spot, that's it.
Gone.
It's gone. You can't, unless you replay it, you can't get it back. So there's those, and then there's all the collectibles. I mean, and then there's reasons to replay. And I'm curious if there's 2 endings.
No.
Okay. So it doesn't matter no matter what you did there.
The ultimate ending is the same.
Okay. Because the way it goes, there's like I could see potentially 2 endings.
When you reach the big bad guy at the end, like you can change how his portion plays out, but it all ends the same.
Okay, good to know. Because I was wondering about that, because I did it one way, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I should have done something else.
Yeah, that's why I did it first too. I did it, and I'm like, he probably had more to say.
Yeah. But no, it's just, and then I think we're getting a sequel.
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting a sequel, which
a sequel or some kind of DLC.
Something. Yeah, I am so ready for it.
Because they basically, at the end of the game, is you're talking to a guy about how the mission's going to proceed.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And that would be awesome.
All right, so that is the PSVR exclusive Blood and Truth.